All right, so next video, next stuff. I was going to get into the rear suspension, and I want to get that going, but uh, I've been killing myself trying to decide over what kind of wheels are going to go on this car. It's a big thing for any car. Wheels make the car, right? So the whole idea of this car is to be just a fun beater looking thing that if somebody sees it on the road, they're going to laugh. They're not going to understand how it's even on the road, right? And then you put a bunch of horsepower in it and do a smoke show. So have some fun with it. But I had the turn this around here. I had the rockets on it, which I really like. These are just cool old wheels, but they're 14s. They're not going to clear the calipers. I can't use them. But not to say I couldn't find some, some Kragers out there, maybe some ratty ones with some rust. But people want ridiculous money for these stupid things, even when they're rusty, which it doesn't make any sense to me. I mean, throwing away plenty of them that are too rusty to use. But I don't know if putting a Krager on it is going to make the car look too much like a hot rod. I don't know. I guess I'm just going to have to try different wheels and see what it looks like. So I think I'm going to put the Corvette style rallies on it for now. They're not too fancy, and they're a little bit better than a plain steel wheel, but you can spray them spray them with some black spray paint, and they're still going to look horrible, which is the idea. So I don't know. We'll try those. But one thing I do have to do to put those on the car has to do with the Jag front. One thing that's different about the Jag is this center diameter on the hub is a little bigger than standard Chevy. So you can mount an aftermarket wheel on here no problem, and they fit great because aftermarket wheels usually have a bigger hole in the center of the rim. But on a factory Chevy wheel like these rallies, this center hole is smaller. It's not going to fit on the hub. So I'm just going to pop those hubs off and put them on the lathe and turn them down. If you don't have a lathe, you take them to anywhere that has one, a machine shop or something, and they could turn them down to fit your hub, or get yourself a cheap lathe and learn how to do it. I'm no machinist. I just recently got a lathe to do this kind of stupid stuff. I've always had a friend of mine do it who has machinery to do it, but I figured, hey, why not learn it myself, right? So I recently picked up a South Bend lathe right there that I have that works great, and actually learned nothing, but taught myself how to do some quick turning things on it, and I can cut these down. So I'm going to turn down those hubs and get the Corvette wheels on it, and at least get the wheels on the front of the car, and then I'll move to the rear suspension. On to the next stuff. Alright, so I got one of the hubs set up in the lathe here, using a boring bar to turn it down. Like I said, I'm no machinist, so who knows if this is even set up right, but all I can say is it works. Boring bar is going to have some deflection, so I'm only taking off a few thousandths of an inch at a time. As far as what I have to turn that down to, I didn't even measure. I have a rotor from a 70 Chevelle, which is old style GM, fits those rallies perfect, and I just grabbed a caliper and set it to that dimension, and then I can just come back here with that and check it here until I have this turned down where this will just slide over it. As you can see right now, no fit. So I got to take that down until this caliper just slides over perfectly, and then I'll know it's down far enough and I can make it work. This is the other side, driver's side. I already turned it down, mounted the wheel, worked perfect. So now I have a nice ugly wheel on the car, which is more in line with the ugliness of the car, which is awesome. So get this turned down and go to the next part. Alright, so like I said, I'm no machinist, and there's plenty of videos on YouTube, but this is just got the hub set in the lathe and just put up a dial indicator, get it on there. Doesn't have to be perfect, just want to try to get it pretty close, and it's a little rough on the material, but It's pretty straight now, within a couple thousandths, which is fine. That'll be great. And you can see, I'll back this away, with it set that like that. Looks nice and straight. All good. Ready to start turning that down. Let me take this dial indicator off and we'll start cutting it. Okay, after about 10-15 minutes of turning, carriage out of the way there. Put the caliper now on the hub. Fits good, no problem. And what was nice is I found this boring bar in the tooling with the lathe, so I didn't have to take the studs out of the hub. Otherwise I would have pressed them out and use a smaller piece. So get this taken out and make sure it fits. All right, hub, wheel, perfect. Works sweet. All right, now I can put that back on the car. Get the other ugly wheel on. Tub on, and now we have both of the ugly wheels on the car. So now that that's done, we will move, or I will move, to the rear suspension and start getting that set up. See you on the next one.